Camped outside Inter Milan's team hotel in Madrid, journalists and Nerazzurri fans wait patiently. Assistant coach Giuseppe Baresi appears and then disappears. It's strictly business. They have a job to do. And yet, it's not the Champions League final that's dominating the build-up, rather the future of Jose Mourinho.
Everybody in Europe is looking for him, but you know, Mr. Moratti is a powerful chairman, so there is a fight between Inter and Real Madrid.
I think that the final against Bayern Monaco will be the last match with Mourinho for Inter, because he has found an accord with Real Madrid for next season.
All the indications are there that Mourinho is joining Real Madrid. His wife has reportedly been looking for a new home here in the Spanish capital. The Spanish press is saying that he's already targeting Maicon and Diego Milito to join him at the club next season. And the Italians, well, they're already suggesting that Sinisa Mihajlovic will take over should Mourinho leave. The question is Mourinho the right man for Real Madrid? We spoke to a couple of journalists here in Spain who are working very closely with the club.
I think there's a very interesting question mark, which is what happens in terms of the internal politics of Real Madrid when Jose Mourinho arrives. Not just in terms of his possible clash with Florentino Perez, because we've seen in the past that he's been a very interventionist president who wants a certain style of football and certain players to play. I think this time that won't be a problem, at least in the short term. I think Perez will allow Mourinho to do the things his way. The other question mark is what's the relationship going to be like with Perez's sporting director, Jorge Valdano, and Jose Mourinho. Bear in mind that Jorge Valdano in print before has been extremely critical of the approach of Jose Mourinho as a coach. And I think that could be an area of tension.
Well, I think he's actually a coach who normally the players should be the stars here, and he is considering himself a star. So I don't know whether that will fit in, but he's obviously like the biggest name at the moment in the coaches scene. So from that point of view, he will fit in. But I think his conduct is not always appropriate to a club like Real Madrid.
If Mourinho is the centre of attention, it's just how the Portuguese tactician likes it. Anything to take the pressure away from his players, who've been preparing today behind closed doors as the tension starts to mount ahead of the big showdown with Bayern Munich. In Madrid, Andrew Orsatti, ESPN.
Here we are outside one of the great stages of world football, the Bernabeu. I'm with Tommy Smith. We've been able to gauge the mood in the city, Tommy, for the past 24 hours. Inter arrived first, and certainly we can say their fans have arrived first.
Yeah, there are much more Inter fans showing up with jerseys than there certainly is from Bayern Munich. And of course the locals have pitched in as well too, because the Real Madrid fans are all hoping that Inter are going to win. Maybe Mourinho has something to do with it, I don't know. But the mood in this city is Inter. The bookies have made them favourite, and the fans here have made them favourite.
Is everyone overlooking Bayern Munich just a little bit, I wonder? A team of destiny they seem to be. They've already beaten Juventus and Fiorentina this year.
Yeah, and Bayern Munich feel that they're very much in this because Inter haven't got a really good record when it comes to the Bernabeu. And of course Schweinsteiger and Muller will be hoping to really work out well for Louis van Gaal, and this could be very interesting, Adrian.
Now I know you're one for omens, Tommy. 1980, the last final played here. A controversial manager won his last major tournament here, Brian Clough.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen to Jose Mourinho, because I feel that Inter are going to win, but he might be spending a lot more time in this city than maybe just winning a trophy.
We shall see indeed. Inter and Bayern, one of them's going to win a treble, as they say in Spain, hasta mañana. Yes, the battle at the Bernabeu is looming large now. Tommy, it's been fascinating walking around Madrid. Yesterday we employed a highly scientific method and figured there were probably about 4-1 in favour of Inter fans over Bayern fans. Today, very much a different story.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, the German fans have arrived. They've arrived in style. And not alone are we seeing a lot of Bayern Munich shirts, but we're also seeing a lot of German national shirts as well. And I was in the Real Madrid shop, Adrian, and I'll tell you, they were flying off the shelves about 50-50. But I'm sure Real Madrid were saying, I wish we were here. Look at all the jerseys we will sell. It's amazing how many jerseys they were selling in there.
I talked to quite a few Bayern fans, and the message was unanimous. They are quietly confident. They like being underdogs. They talk about Teamgeist, the German word for team spirit.
Yeah, they feel that no matter what Mourinho throws at them, that they are skillful enough and that they have good enough players, even without Ribéry, that they can take care of business. It'll be interesting to see. Sometimes overconfidence can do you in as well, and they just seem a little bit cocky for my liking.
Well, the Inter fans are certainly confident, Tommy, bullish even, saying no matter how good you are, we can stop you.
Yeah, and it's amazing to listen to the Inter fans, the actual fact that they are saying, OK, okay, we will try to stop you. They say we're big, we're physical, we got a lot of speed, but they keep talking about stopping you. There's not much talk about attacking football.
Well, someone here is going to make history. There's only been 5 trebles ever won in the history of European football. Someone is going to make it 6 tomorrow.
Who would have thought Louis van Gaal, after his self-imposed exile into Holland, where he won the championship with AZ Alkmaar, then back with the big club, and in just 12 months, here he is on the biggest stage in Europe.
Oh, it's been a tremendous, tremendous comeback. You know, Louis van Gaal, we sort of forgot about him because 4 years basically out of the big time after he left Barcelona. He went to Ajax as a technical director, got so emotional, broke down, started crying. And then you see what these folks think about him now. He's back, he's a hero. Horrible start to the season, 8th as late as November. And boom, all of a sudden, bit of good fortune perhaps against Fiorentina and Manchester United. But here he is in the final.
And it's amazing, isn't it? Both Louis van Gaal and Jose Mourinho stand on the brink of something very special. The winner will become only the 3rd coach in European football history to win the Champions League with 2 different clubs.
Remember, we are live to all centres on ESPN with the Champions League final from 4 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. Your match commentators will be Adrian Healy and Tommy Smith. Let's go to Adrian and Tommy for their final predictions.
Now then, Tommy, you've got an excellent track record when it comes to predictions. Is this going to be any exception?
Well, they're saying that the Germans are the team of destiny. I think without Ribéry, destiny ends here. I think this special one is going to have a way to cope with them. I think that Inter are big, strong, they're very fast, and in the end of the day, I think it's going to be 2-1 to the Naziri.
I'm going to be just as specific, Tommy. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in 90 minutes, extra time, and then all the way to penalties, and Bayern Munich to prevail on penalties. I know you don't like that prediction, do you?
You wanted to complicate it.
All right, for another prediction, let's go now to Andrew or Sadie.
For what it's worth, I'm picking Inter to win with Diego Milito scoring again, as he did in the Coppa Italia final and the decisive match in Serie A. What about you, Gabriel?
Well, I mean, look, the finals, people often say that they're going to be tight. I actually expect expect an early goal. I expect things to open up here. I'm going to go with Inter, like you, but only just. I expect to see a lot of goals and a lot of entertainment.
It should be a fascinating game. Louis van Gaal says it's, attack versus Mourinho's defence. We shall see.
Thanks to everyone in Madrid.